So I had a company reach out to me last month and asked me if I was interested in trying out a pure sine wave inverter. And when they said that, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it.
Yeah, I just want to be the greatest.
This thing will be perfect for testing lithium batteries, one versus the other. I've been looking to buy one of these anyway, so I was more than happy to accept this from them to make our testing better. But that's another video. For this video, we're going to check this pure sine wave inverter out and see what it comes with, see how it works, that type of stuff. And later on, we'll do a lot of lithium testing with this thing. All right, on the spec sheet here, it says we can accept input power from 10 to 15 volts, 1500 watt power output. It is a 60 hertz signal, AC 110, so the pure sine part. A lot of people don't realize that if you're using a cheaper inverter that's not a pure sine wave, you can actually damage sensitive electronics. You know, it could be anything from a laptop to your refrigerator or whatever you're trying to run off this. Things that have sensitive electronics need to be used on a pure sine wave inverter, and they cost quite a bit more. So let's get it out of the box. You've got some pretty beefy bolts here to hook your lugs up to. I like this style of termination. Personally, you may want something where you actually thread it in, but for me, I use a lot of lug. You know, it's pretty simple. 2 fans, positive, negative. On the other side, we have a voltage and an amperage readout, an on-off switch, 2 110 plugs, and 2 2.1 amp USBs. So what do you say we hook it up to a battery and just kind of give it a quick test? All right, let's fire it up and check out the display. So here we should get the voltage of our battery. Then we should get a voltage output and an amperage output. Pretty nice display. You can see we're at 108 volts. Of course, we're not outputting anything, and 12.4 volts on the battery back there. So let's plug something up and see how it works. This will be more a test of the battery itself over this inverter, with it just being a single, but I'm going to plug my little heat shrink heat gun up and we'll see what kind of amperage we draw, and we'll just kind of see how the voltage and everything reacts here. All right, here we go. Took the battery down to 11.7 volts. You know, it is causing a little bit of strain on that battery there. All right, now that I cut it off, the battery bounces back. So let's stack on top of that another piece that will probably up the ante. This is a hot knife, so that should draw quite a bit of current. Now we're going to start off with just the hot knife, see what that draws, and then we'll add in the heat gun. It doesn't look like the hot knife is drawing anything, but it is getting hot. So I wonder if the amperage only reads off this one. Let's turn the heat gun on and see. Let me turn the hot knife off. We'll plug it into this side and see if it reads on this side. All right, the hot knife is plugged into the other plug. Let's see if it'll actually read the amperage out of that one. And for whatever reason, with the hot knife, it is not reading how much amperage it's drawing, but it definitely is getting hot. So I know that it's working. Plug in the other one here and see if we get a reading once we turn this on. So yeah, we're getting 27 amp draw right there. Then it goes back to 0 with the hot knife, which is a bit crazy. So let me grab a hair dryer or something and we'll try this little heat gun and a hair dryer and see what that does. All right, I have rated my wife's bathroom. I've got a hair dryer here. I've got a, I don't know what this is called, but it's got 2 hot plates, so I'm assuming that it draws some energy. So let's plug these up and see what they do. I think one at a time would probably be a safe bet. Okay, that's heating up now. Looks like it's drawing about 21 amps. Not too bad. Okay, we're getting up there. 30 amps. So let's plug in the little heat gun with this and see where we're at. Now we're getting somewhere about 40 amps. And still, the fans on the backside have not kicked on yet. Although we're not drawing anywhere near the load. We haven't even reached 1/3 of the capacity of this, so I wouldn't expect them to come on. I'm sure later on in bigger tests we will kind of reach the limits of this inverter. This is just a quick overlook of this inverter. My thoughts on it so far are pretty good. I like the terminals in the back. Pretty nice, easy to hook up. If you want something that you can actually put the wire in, you know, you're gonna have a little different situation, but for me, I like using the lugs, so I'm already set up on that. As far as the plugs themselves, I have noticed that this one is kind of, even this one, it's a little loose going in and out. So it seems like it's okay, but it's something we'll have to watch in the future just to make sure that it doesn't come loose. But I've yanked on it pretty good just as a test, you know, unplugging quickly as I can, and it's holding up pretty well. Of course, I've only used it a few times now, but if you're interested in this, you can pick these up for $1.99 on Amazon. I'll leave an affiliate link in the description below. And as of right now, they had like a $10 or $15 coupon, so you can get it even cheaper. This is one of the least expensive 1500 watt pure sine wave inverters you can get. So if you're in the market looking to test some batteries, or you just want to use your battery bank in your vehicle when the power goes out in your house, this right here might be the ticket for you.
Shout out to all my Patreon supporters, but I want to give a special shout out to the $6 or more members: 2001 Monolithic, Gene Nava, Joaquin Juarez, HifiVega Audio, Travis McClendon, Brandon Hanna, William Berg, Boxboy Audio Sound Solutions, Jesus Tires, Dennis Cromwell Jr., Scott Dilbeck, D. Stewart, Aaron Waltz, David Kozlik, Scott McCord, Matthew Toberg, Debo Bass, Cornut, Trucker 9000, Bobby Burkett, Kevin Lautner, The Car Audio Guy, James Childers, Baba, and Thomas Marshall. For as little as $2 a month, you can join the team and get access to behind-the-scenes content, as well as an exclusive Patreon-only podcast. If any of this sounds interesting to you, check me out at patreon.com/HifiVega.